to Unity. Welcome. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome. Join us in singing. Join us in prayer. Join us in touching hearts of people everywhere. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome.
Welcome to Unity, a positive path for spiritual living. Before we begin, let's take a moment to acknowledge that we live, work, play, and create on the traditional and unceded territories of the Indigenous peoples of Vancouver Island. And if you are living somewhere else other than Vancouver Island, please acknowledge the land that you occupy and its Indigenous people who cared for and lived on that land for thousands of years. Hi, Chika. Thank you for being part of this spiritual community this morning. We welcome all people of all faiths, all walks of life. We trust that through this divine connection that we are experiencing right now, that we are all inspired and strengthened to meet life every day with equanimity, with poise, with peace, and in harmony with all life. And now, let's sing.
The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. We are many textures, we are many colors, each one different from the other. But we are entwined with one another in one great tapestry. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. We are different instruments playing our own melodies, each one tuning to a different key. But we are all playing in harmony in one great symphony. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. Moment ago, we did not know our unity, only diversity. Now the Christ in me greets the Christ in thee, in one great family. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love.
Yes, weave us together in unity and love. Thank you, Ken, Nico, and Thomas. I'd like to share something this morning from the Daily Word. This is a small magazine published by Unity with an inspirational reading for every day. You can order this subscription to be mailed to your house, or you can download something. I'm not that kind of person, but I know you can download something online and you can have the message come to your phone every day. So I have some old copies of the Daily Word, perhaps you do too. And from time to time I go back and I flip through them because, it doesn't actually matter what the date is. There's always something inspirational. So I'm going to share something now from May 25th. It is this year, actually, May 25th. And the word is boldness. And the affirmation is, I express my authentic self with confidence. There may have been times in my past when I believed I had to hide myself or pretend to be someone I wasn't just to feel accepted, to fit in. Today I realize I don't need to conform to anyone else's idea of who I should be because I know I am a divine being. And I have everything I need to be. With boldness and quiet confidence, I show up in the world as my truest self to share openly and truthfully. I face my challenges. I need not shrink from daunting situations because I am endowed with divine love, strength, and wisdom, all aspects of my divine inheritance. I express my authentic self with confidence. Let's take that into prayer. So I invite you to, perhaps you have something on your lap or holding something in your hands, to put that aside for a moment. And I invite you to turn your attention inward. Perhaps taking a deep breath or closing your eyes helps you do that. And we just breathe slowly and easily. We take time now to to enter the silence, the place we remember and experience our oneness with all good, infinite spirit, divine love. We are capable and fully equipped to meet life. We are linked with divine mind and infinite love. I am everything I need to be. I show up in the world as my truest self. I express my authentic self with confidence. I am more than enough. So let's take that thought into the silence, into the deepest chamber of your innermost being. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. I am a spiritual being having a physical experience. I have everything I need. Divine resources, divine ideas, divine strength, divine wisdom, all that I need to meet any circumstance in my life. And so as I go into my week, I stay firmly rooted in that knowing. I express my authentic self with confidence. For this knowing, for our experience of who we are, who we truly are, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Before we go into our next song, I'll just let you know that Margaret is available after service for one-on-one prayer. And so the link and the passcode and the information is on the screen there. Thank you, Margaret, for availing yourself of people, and what a wonderful gift that you share with all of us. This is open, of course, to everyone who's watching the service this morning. And so now we have one more song, There Is Only Love, and then we will have Thomas come up and share some of his inner wisdom.
Love that sets us free. There is only When I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear spirits simply say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love.
I thought Thomas deserves a better introduction than that. So, as a minister, gone through ministerial school, I know a little bit of the journey that Thomas is traveling right now. He has made a big commitment a few years ago to enter onto that path. I experienced his presence in his prerequisite courses that he had to take before he could even apply to ministerial school, and saw something very special, a lot of potential already expressing beautifully. So I just ask you, as we remember all of our students that are going through the SEE courses or thinking about applying to ministerial school or are already on that path of leadership and unity, to hold those people in your prayers, in your hearts. They all have lives, they already have other commitments and obligations, and then they're taking this on really for our benefit. So with that, I'll ask Thomas to come up.
Thank you, Reverend Vicky. When you speak of the fellow students, my fellow colleagues, I know a number of them that have been on the journey at the same time with me, and how many of them, how their lives have shifted, and in some cases they've had to take on looking after both of their parents through the COVID situation, through various illnesses, and have had to really lean on their other family members to get through that and still show up for class as we take on, proceeding through a master's in divinity. It's not easy. And thankfully, I get to see that at times and go, oh, you know what? I don't have it that bad. And then sometimes I feel like I really do have it bad. But thank you for that. Leading up to today's talk, I was working on some classes, and yesterday I was working through my changes in ministry class and what's going on with how we are going to do ministry in the future and what it looks like today. So I was encouraged to start using Google in a different way and different search engines. And so I plugged in what I was told to plug in, and one of the lead-offs was this, and I couldn't step over this. I needed to talk about this today. I needed to bring this to light and somehow put it into today's talk. The headline was, Penticton Indian Band, Shocked and Sickened by Discovery at Kamloops Residential School. The band called for full accountability after the remains of more than 200 children were discovered. And exactly how I feel right now is how I felt yesterday when I read that. I actually reached out to one of my teachers to share this with her, because one of the classes that I've had to take is inclusivity. And as I stand here today, I just don't know what to do about it. There is a history in our country, in our culture here, our white privilege, that has taken advantage of people. And we need to heal that. We need to come together. We need to do something about it. We can't just be idle and hope that it goes away. It's not going to until we face it and deal with it and clean up that legacy. It's in every one of us. I didn't know this until I started this journey in ministry, that karma is here and it needs to be addressed. And I don't know what the answer is. I'm not standing here today saying, hey, I have the solution. I know what we need to do. I don't. I do know, though, that we can work through it if we are willing to come together, to unite ourselves, and to take it on together as one people. I was listening to Gary Zhukov's The Seat of the Soul. And just so happens that today, the part I was listening to on my walk the chapter was called Reverence. And I looked up the word reverence. Sometimes you have these moments where things line up, and I think that headline yesterday really triggered this next part for me. And while I think about this, I actually want to pause for a moment. I think I would like to hold a moment of silence for all of us as we just reflect on that and put out our hearts to those people, those beautiful souls that were left and forgotten and taken from their parents. So just join me now, please. Thank you. So as I was walking this morning and reverence came up, sometimes I think I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So I thought, reverence, I wonder if that has a word association with reverend. Duh. Ding, light goes on. 4 years into this.
Everybody's allowed one.
But I was thinking about this, and as I was listening, once I finished the chapter, of course, I had to do my word search and get the meanings. And so reverence, in the noun version, deep respect for someone or something, rituals showed honor and reverence for the dead. So that's one form of reverence. In a verb form, it's regard or treat with deep respect. The many divine beings reverenced by Hindu tradition is the example. And then I looked up reverend, and it said, worthy of reverence, to be revered, of or relating to the clergy. And I thought, that's really interesting. When I thought of becoming a reverend, my ego was, I could put R-E-V in front of my name, and I'll be like Reverend Thomas DeSchutter. Wow. But now, as I stand here, it's actually not about me being revered as a reverend when I reach that point. It's not about me having reverence. It's actually my job to hold every life being in reverence. It's my job to be pushing out the reverence to the world, to be an example of absolute love, of absolute reverence for all life. That's what that means to me now. It's not about me. It's about everybody else. It's about all living creatures. To take life and hold it with reverence, with love, with compassion, non-judgment. To be willing to forgive in every moment. Not only everybody else, but myself. To forgive myself for having that ego moment. There's a scripture in Exodus. But you shall be for me a priestly kingdom and a holy nation. These are the words that you shall speak to Israelites. And when I thought of that this morning, I thought, really, isn't that all of our jobs? Isn't that for every one of us to be a reverend, to minister, to revere life itself, to hold it in the highest esteem? And certainly if I can be an example of that, what an honor. What a job to take on. What a responsibility to step into. But yet we can all do that in every moment of every day. We can be a minister for others. We can treat life with that abundance of love. So I invite you to practice what I have now termed radical non-judgment. So again, going back to the seat of the soul, Gary Zukov says, the person that intends hatred toward others experiences the intention of hatred from others. The person that intends love towards others experiences the intention of love from others, and so on, and so on. And this is in his chapter about karma. And he defines it as you receive from the world what you give to the world. You receive from the world what you give to the world. And I love how he goes on to explain that karma is the universe being in perfect balance, and that each one of us is a soul on a journey. And where that soul has been in its past, there is karma, and we might have to be balancing that karma out in this lifetime. We don't know what it's going to look like, but until we are balanced, we will go through whatever we experience in order to bring our soul back into that balance. And when I think about yesterday's headline, I can't help but think, what is the karmic balance that we need to bring into place? What does that look like? If you think of people like Gandhi and Jesus, they exemplified radical non-judgment. Gandhi at several times was beaten within inches of his life, and yet he never wanted to try those people. He never wanted to get back at them. And if you know the story of the Passion of the Christ on the cross, that forgiveness, that non-judgment, through persecution, being able to live in a place of non-judgment. So how can we step forward and forgive? How can we live our lives in a place of non-judgment, where we are ministering to one another, where we are holding life in reverence and being that light on the hill? Is anyone here familiar with Jacob's ladder? Yes, there's a few here, I'm sure. But for you out there, are you familiar with Jacob's ladder? I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole scripture, but Basically, the sun had set. Jacob was on a journey. He was tired. He decided to lay down, and he took a rock from the ground that he was on, and he put it under his head. And through the course of the evening, he dreamed that there was this ladder from earth to heaven, and angels were ascending and descending this ladder. Both sides of the ladder moving up and down. And finally, he was approached by the Lord. And God said, "The land on which you lie, I will give to you and your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed in you and your offspring." All of the families shall be blessed. And when I think of that scripture and going back to Genesis, a land of ministers, a land of priests, that's all of us. It's one, it's unity, it's us working together, being a light for one another. Then Jacob woke from his sleep, and he said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." That makes me think, well, it's not just in that place. I mean, why does Jacob get all the pleasure of having the Lord in that place? Why can't we all have that? Isn't the Lord everywhere? Isn't that love of God everywhere, present, always, omnipresence? So the Lord is in this place. It's in your place right now. It's right where you are. You are that substance. And I believe that if we stand in that together, if we really take that on, not just up here thinking about it, oh, hey, it's a really good idea. Wow, that would be really cool. Oh, yeah. And then going about our lives, but really taking it and bringing it in our hearts and holding it there and being willing to love and not judge in the face of whatever is in front of us. Then we too will see that the Lord is in this place. We are that ourselves. We have that. When I was meditating on this, I was thinking that those divine angels moving up and down the ladder were just our divine ideas moving in and out of us. Thoughts coming in, thoughts drifting out. We all have that together. And perhaps before we move into meditation, I'll leave you with this from Juan Franco Wasashi. I think I have that name right, I'm not sure. Whoever has managed to transcend the barriers of the superficial has realized at some point in their life that everyone may have the possibility of conquering a body, and to arrive instead into someone's heart, to enter it, and to form, after a while, part of that engine that drives its beats and has priceless value. Only when you have come to love somebody beyond your skin do we understand that a person's imperfections in the right place can be virtues. That a person's imperfections in the right place can be virtues. So my invitation in this place I'm calling today Earth School is to learn, each of us, to let go of our judgments, to give them up. The judgments we have for ourselves, the judgments we have for others, because all they do is hold us back. They are not love. They are not the light of God, and God is not in that place. Join me now, please. And whether you're sitting or standing or laying down, I invite you to take a moment, and if you can, close your eyes if that's comfortable. If not, you can find a place on the ground, perhaps a few feet in front, where you can soften your gaze. Just bring a nice little smile to your face, knowing that God is in this place. And I invite you to ask this question of yourself: what is mine to give up right now? What can I let go of right now? And as you do that, I want you to know it's going to be okay. It's going to free you. I invite you to take your hands and place them on your heart as if you're cuddling a precious newborn, a precious soul, because you are cuddling that right now. Just allow yourself to feel that energy, that love that you have right here. And I'll invite Nico to gently play us out, if you would. Surely the Lord is in this place. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself back to your body, to your present being, to the room you're in. Gently open your eyes. Smile on your face, knowing that love is present. Namaste.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel His mighty power.
was asked this morning to play a piece for our friend who recently departed, our musician friend. So this is Moon River.
Yes, thank you, Nico, as we remembered Brent during that lovely piece. And thank you, Thomas, for speaking about the Indigenous situation. You know, I was talking with Sally yesterday while we were pulling weeds, and we said, you know, when we were young, we didn't know any of this. And it could be that our parents didn't know any of this, but the generation beyond that must have known somehow. Anyway, now we know, and now we need to make sure everybody knows, and we need to change our thinking, change our lives. Thank you. So you may have noticed that we didn't have announcements yet today. And that's because I decided to stop doing announcement because I have a sneaky suspicion that you all zone out and don't listen. So from now on, we're calling it Things You Could Do. And there are a lot of things you could do here: meetings, classes, discussion groups, meditations, and volunteer opportunities. So here they are. Next week is our annual general meeting, 12 noon on Zoom, and members will be sent a package this month with financial statements and budgets and candidates' bios and agendas and all that good stuff, and the link to the meeting. After service today, as every week, you could join Pat Clarkson to talk the talk, to meet new people from around the island, to delve deeper into what Thomas spoke about this morning. You might want to share how you feel about our relationship with the Indigenous people of the land. This is an opportunity for deep connection, deep discussion, and getting to know each other. So think about doing that. Another discussion group, In These Times, with the Reverend Vicky, Monday nights beginning tomorrow night at 7 for 5 weeks. They'll be talking about the 5 principles, the 5 basic principles of unity, and how they're relevant in our lives today, and especially in these times. Don't you think you could do that? Might even say you should do that. The Path to Conscious Creation, the class coming up, you could do that. It begins this Thursday, and it's based upon, what's his name, Reverend Michael Gott, and his talk about the 5-step prayer program is developed by Ernest Holmes, and a comparison and a reinterpretation of the Lord's Prayer. Makes it very, very relevant. You might not like what we normally think of as prayer. You might like this. You could do it. You can register by emailing me direct. minister@unityvancouverisland.com begins this Thursday. You could meditate every day if you like, on your own or with me 6 days a week, and Dawn and Margaret the other day on Sundays. Same old announcement, but you could think about doing it this time. Volunteer opportunity. Not enough hugs in your life? Missing connection? Take care of each other and become a connection caller. Comox and Comox Unity Valley and Comox Victoria already have these programs in place, and you know how to connect. But in Nanaimo, we're just getting up to steam with this. Please think about joining. You can contact margaretinbc@gmail.com. She's looking after getting us all organized. Another volunteer opportunity. Pat Clarkson is going to be hosting the after-service fellowship until the end of June. Would you like to do it? Would you like to do it maybe one Sunday a month? Would you like to do it on an ongoing basis? Contact me, minister@unityvancouverisland.com. And so for gratitude today, I want to really acknowledge actually it's gone up to 47 new members since this was put together. New members from Victoria and Unity Comox Valley. You have been and I've spoken to most of them, they're so excited, so appreciative. They're saying wonderful things about the service, about the music, about the newsletter. They're really excited and they're really supportive, and they're sending money. And thank you. Thank you for supporting us, for taking this chance to come together and do something bigger. I feel expansion not only in our physicality, but in our minds as a result of coming forward from this, because we're willing to grow, willing to look at new ways. So thank you and welcome. And thank the previous members of Unity Nanaimo and the new members of Unity Vancouver Island who are very generously chipping in to keep this place financially healthy. We appreciate that very, very much. And so it's donations at unityvancouverisland.com. As mentioned, you can contact me directly at minister@unityvancouverisland.com. And new this week, you can contact Rev Vicky at unityvancouverisland.com. So if you want to book her to get married or something like that, this is how you do it. All right. So I invite you to there's stuff going on here you don't want to know about. I invite you to repeat the prosperity affirmation with me. Abundance is all around me. I release all thoughts of lack, limitation, and struggle, and open myself to perceive and receive my fair share of all good things. I am worthy of prosperity and know that my heaven deprives no one. There is more than enough. Now, you rolled through that pretty quick. I was just hoping you were paying attention to what you were saying. I release.
No more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, Ken. Now our next affirmation, you may have noticed I capitalized a couple of words because they are more important to me. So we're going to read this slowly, fellas. The vision of Uniter Worldwide Ministries is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. That was wonderful. Share it. Yeah, it was slow. But do share this. Don't keep this wonderful, life-changing teaching to yourself. Children's blessing. We see the light of God shining as you. We love and appreciate you just the way you are. So thank you, Thomas, Nico, Ken, for the music. Thank you, Kyle, for jumping around back there and doing the wonderful things you do. Thank you, Leslie on camera, and thank you, Reverend Vicky, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. Join me. What are you giggling at? Have I made a mistake?
She nodded the camera.
I was looking away. All right. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.
was meant to be. With love at our center, family all are we. Let us walk with each other